Hello everyone of Oasis. I apologize for the late video. Usually I get these up by the 5th, but my work decided to schedule me 10 days in a row, so this is what we're getting. So for you fire people, I know I usually don't do your video. I know DA usually does, but I wanted to change it up a little bit and just do something a little bit different for everyone. So I hope you enjoy it. So for you fire people, I'm getting a lot of muck around you, in the sense that there's a lot of things going around you that you feel that you're kind of stuck in the mud, that you're running in place, in a sense that you're getting all these things around you that you don't want, that are kind of suffocating you in a bit. And I feel that you're not embracing your elements in this month very much. I feel that it's time to embrace who you are. Sometimes you have to be fire. You know, fire burns away things. It clears things out of the way for a reason, so new things can grow. So if you are finding that there's a lot of things around you that just feel like it's suffocating you and not helping you grow and culture the environment that you want, it's time to go ahead. It's time to go ahead and be who you are and let that go, burn that away. It's not meant to be in your life at this particular point. That doesn't mean it's not going to be in your life ever again. It's just going to be at that particular point. You don't need it to culture the things that you need to get done, whatever your goals are. So I did draw some cards, and the reason I said stuck in the mud is because one of the cards are actually stuck in the mud, and that's why I use that expression. So just think a lot this week that you are getting stuck in the mud, and figure out, you know, how you're going to get yourself out of that muck, whether it's calling a friend or doing meditation, spell work for some of you people. Whatever it takes for you, just get out of the mud, because mud can be like quicksand real fast. It'll start to take you under real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and go on to the cards. So for the first one is rescue. So you might need to phone a friend in this case. You might need to find someone that can help you, and you never know that friend might need your particular help in their area as well. So it might be a trade-off for each other. It's kind of like a language exchange program. I'm learning Chinese, and the other person is learning English. So we help each other, and although our problems are different, we still help each other meet our goals. So that might be something that might be in your realm this month. So the other card is the Dragon's Lair, in which these cards I don't know particularly well, but I'm going to assume this has to be something with going into yourself and slaying that inner dragon. I know there is an author, I can't remember the name, that has a book that's called Slay Your Dragon, and he references, you know, sometimes we make our fears into something huge, and this monster like a dragon that we never want to go and conquer it. So this might be saying to go ahead and go and conquer your dragon. It's time to kind of face yourself, in a sense, because the only person that can hold you down is you. Just because people do bad things to you, that doesn't mean that you can't have a great attitude and take that great attitude somewhere else to people that appreciate you. So I think we forget that we can make our own prison, that we allow all these people in our life to do these bad things, and when they do bad things to us, we get surprised. I mean, you know the person, you know, if they do it once, they're going to do it again, and you know, after 5 or 6 times, you should get the message that this person shouldn't be in your life. So let me look that up real fast before I give you the next one. Okay, this one's about red flags. It's this one is saying there are red flags around you right now that are letting you know that things are wrong, and it's telling you not to ignore them. Whether it's something within yourself or without yourself, externally, there are flags that people are bringing to your attention and you're ignoring. You're not being a realist. You're not living in your reality. You're living in the wrong reality. Let me put it this way, because we all live in a different reality, and sometimes we forget that we mask things and pretend that they're better than they are. I think there was a study, if I remember correctly, that someone showed me, that people didn't recognize pictures of themselves because they have a different view of themselves. We tend to make things better, more than they're not, because that's how we get by. That's something that we do in our mind, just to get us through the day sometimes. And in this case, it's telling you, do not, ignore the red flags. Don't live in a fantasy. It's time to go ahead and realize that something is wrong, because you cannot correct something that's wrong by ignoring it. If you continue to ignore this, it is going to turn into something really, really horrible. It's going to be this black hole that sucks you in and takes away everything in your life, takes away things that you don't want to get out of your life. This is going to be something that is a big thing, and I'm sure you've already know that there's what I'm talking about by now, because there have been red flags. People have been telling you. So this is something that you should really, really pay attention to. If there's any card that you listen to in this reading, it should be this one, other than the stuck in the mud, which I think those two go hand in hand. Don't get stuck in your own reality. It's time to be a realist. It's time to realize that when something is wrong, it's wrong. You can't put glitter over a turd and expect it to be something else. A glitter on turd is just a glittered turd. It's nothing beautiful. And so I'm gonna go on to the next card. The next card is Stuck in the Mud. I've already talked about that, and basically that's saying just don't get, it's time to pull yourself out of your fantasy. It's good to have goals, but it's not good to be in a fantasy. You have to be a realist with your goals. When you meet one goal, go ahead and make another goal. But don't build your castles in the sky before you build a foundation. You have to have some kind of foundation to build on, and that's usually truth. So the next card is Protecting the Treasure, and this is really good because I'm going to go ahead and just say this is about truth. The way these cards are laying out, this is about truth. You have to realize that truth is a very, very powerful thing. Knowledge is power. If you already know something is wrong, you have the power to correct it. You have the power in a situation. If you're ignorant to something and something happens, that's not your fault. But once it gets brought to your attention and it happens again, now it's your fault. So that is you guys' reading. As far as seeing any messages coming through the spirits for you guys, I do see a lot of distortion. And when I say distortion, I think things are a bit muffled for you guys as far as completing your goals. There's a lot of distractions around you guys, and that's why I say it's time to embrace your element. Don't let a brick wall stop you. If there's a brick wall there, it's time to say that it needs to come down and go grab a sledgehammer. And that's the only advice I can give you guys this month, and I hope you all have a wonderful month. I'll see you again next video. You have a good one.